Hi friends, I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, but I can't. I mean, I just haven't because my ADHD ass can't do anything. I had a couple people ask me how I got on testosterone at 13.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am traveling right now, so luckily I brought my camera. I had a little family emergency that I'll be telling you all about later on. But with that, oh my gosh, I just, thanks to the people who send me these videos, because I just don't have sometimes the brain power to watch it all. But I appreciate you guys being concerned with these young people. And I'm gonna show you today that I just can't even believe that this is an actual person who is 13 years old who started, well, 14 now, but they started transitioning at 13, and you can just see the insanity of it all right here. So with that, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for helping me build this platform. Totally appreciate it. Wow, just wow. Okay, so let's get started with this first one right here.
Hi friends, I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, but I can't. I mean, I just haven't because my ADHD ass can't do anything. I had a couple people ask me how I got on testosterone at 13, and, well, I'm going to tell you the whole annoying story, I guess. So, last year, I think it was around September or October, I had like a normal checkup appointment with my pediatrician, my doctor, and at that appointment, we basically talked to her and said, I'm trans, what can I do to get on hormones? Because Planned Parenthood near me doesn't do HRT for minors, so we had to do it through Kaiser, which is the thing I go to, I guess. I don't know how it works because I'm a teenager. Anyways, so after that, we got an appointment with a psychologist at Kaiser, and we had to have...
I'm going to pause right there because it's going to show you, I'm going to show you the whole platform and what this little 13-year-old is saying. I'm trans, I know it. Now they're going through this system called Kaiser, which is being sued by Chloe Cole and many other detransitioners. Okay, I will almost guarantee you this kiddo right here is going to detransition or be pissed when they get older. But the fact that they're going through some kind of medical system like Kaiser, okay, so I just want you to hear that. It's so annoying. And they also say, I don't really know what I'm doing. So remember, this is a 13-year-old. They don't know what they're doing. So these kids are relying on a supposedly safe, sane, and secure system called the medical system for transgender healthcare to go through it in order to get to the other side of transitioning at 13. Okay, so there.
We had to have like 4 appointments with her, doing a gender assessment, like basically proving that I'm trans enough. And it took a while, but we were eventually done, and we were going to get recommended to an endocrinologist, but we couldn't for a while because psychologists in my area were going on strike. So I don't even know what the whole situation was. I forget at this point, but it was kind of crazy. So by the time I got my endocrinologist appointment, which is hormone doctor, it was the next year, and they said that we had to retake the gender assessment because the one I'd finished like a month earlier technically wasn't valid because it was last year. It was 2024, which is really stupid. But I retook it that time with an actual gender therapist, which you're supposed to do, but for some reason I just went to a normal psychologist the first time. But that was really quick. It was only like 1.5 really short appointments that we finished the gender assessment, because she's an actual professional that does that all the time, not just a normal therapist. No shade to Kaiser, I guess. And then my brain's stalling.
Okay, this is so important. So Kaiser had a psychologist evaluate this young person and for 4 appointments, which is still ridiculous. And then they went on strike. Awesome. So then this little kid had to wait. But you hear what's coming out of her voice? I wasn't trans enough. You see the language there? No, you're not trans enough until you figure out what's going on with you. So then they had to wait a whole year. Amazing. Awesome. Then they said this particular thing that is very important, and you'll connect all of this. They said they finally got to go to a gender affirmation therapist, which is somebody who affirmed them in one or 1.5 appointments or something, because they think that is the professional. They think that's the person that knows what they're doing, when the person before them was the actual person that was slowing them down. The affirmation therapist just put them through in one. They're spilling all the beans here and why this whole thing is so insane and so dangerous and indoctrinating these kids. They're brainwashed to think that that's the actual real therapist.
Yeah, so we got signed up for like a couple months later an appointment with an endocrinologist. And before that appointment, I had to get blood drawn to make sure all my hormone levels were normal and it was okay for me to start T, and everything was fine. So I did my appointment, had to convince more people that I'm trans again, and then eventually we did some more tests, like normal checkup stuff, and everyone was so kind and sweet and happy for me. It was a really positive environment there, like best medical experience I've ever had. And at that appointment, after a couple hours, a nurse showed me how to do my injection, and I did my first one there. I am now 3 weeks, 4 doses on T, and I'm very happy. And if anyone has questions, comment, and I will answer them. Hope this helps. Also, I forgot to say this. I have some more advice. You need to advocate for yourself. Because, like, there are going to be so many times when people are like, oh, we don't know if we're going to be able to start you now. We might have to wait a little longer. And no, you just have to stick up for yourself and say, I'm ready for this. If you are ready, I know what I'm doing. I'm prepared for this. This is what I want. And you have to make sure you have all the support that you need, because there are a lot of challenges that you can have, like with mental health going on HRT, because it's basically putting you through puberty again, which is always not a fun time. So, like, they're going to probably make sure that you have a regular therapist, too. So just make sure that you advocate for yourself, tell them that you're going to be okay, and that you have support, and you're not going to die. Advocate for yourself, and tell them that you're ready, and they will get you on that faster.
So disturbing. This is a 13-year-old telling you how to advocate for yourself to other 13-year-olds so that you can go through this. Did you hear what they said, too? They had to convince the people that they were trans. Okay, all of it is so insane, and all the language. This is TikTok. This is how the 13-year-olds are teaching each other that they're trans enough and how to go through the system, and that you need to advocate for yourself. What does that even mean, kiddo? Do you even understand what you're saying? No, you do not. You're a little girl who somehow is being brainwashed into being not to be a boy, not gender dysphoria. Okay, where's your gender dysphoria after one session? I'm telling you, these kids are being indoctrinated into a thought process of being trans, and that at 13 they're teaching a little girl how to shoot testosterone is mind-blowing and sickening. I am just appalled at this whole trans thing. So here's the kid again. So I think the audio's a little low, but I'll try to fix it.
10 seconds on T.
10 seconds on T.
Hi, my name is Nico. This video is featuring my mom, and I am now 1 week on T, and this is my scream. Hi, my name's Nico, and this is my scream 1 month on T. Hi, my name is Nico, and this is my scream 2 months on T. Hi, my name is Nico, and I am 3 months on testosterone. That's my scream.
I didn't do this because I was at summer camp, and then I kept forgetting to do this. But hi, I'm Nico, and this is my scream 4 months on testosterone. I can't scream higher than that because my vocal cords are changing. Yay! Bye! Hi, my name is Nico, and this is my voice. 5 whole months on the big T, and this is my scream.
Okay, first off, Nico is driving while they're filming that. Okay, so there you go. That's the immaturity. Secondly, this whole thing on TikTok about my voice 1 day on T, my voice 2 days, screaming, and this whole, it's all just a trend. They're worried about, they're talking about their voice and screaming, and that's the most important. Really, that's very immature, and you can see the immaturity here. of what's more important to them. And it's become this trendy thing on TikTok where they talk about they're screaming 1 month on T, 2 months on T, 3 months on T, a year on T, and I can't scream anymore. Like, what? Wow, just wow. Here she is again. This is the third video of her.
Hey friends, if you want to learn more about a gay summer camp and how you can help me attend it, please stick around for just 1 minute. If you don't know me, my name is Nico. I'm a 14-year-old transgender artist from California, and my goal is to attend Camp Brave Trails this summer. For so many people like me, Brave Trails is more than just a summer camp. It's a chance to be and explore your true self and build community with people who are like you when often people like me feel alienated in their own homes. It's also a leadership-based camp, which means granting young queer people the opportunity to have a skill set to change that, to build a future where everyone can be themselves. That's one of my biggest goals, to spread and receive love throughout the whole world. I believe that's why I'm on this earth, and my entire life goal is to make the world a little bit of a better place. Not just for people like me, but for everyone. So if you want to help me pursue my dreams to make the world a better place and just have fun with a bunch of gay people for 9 days, please check out my fundraiser. Love you.
Yeah, send the little 14-year-old to the gay camp. Like, what? And then you need money and you're doing where's your mom? Can't your mom pay for it? Like, I'm telling you, look at this. It's literally indoctrination. Like, a 14-year-old is going to a gay queer camp to help the world. I guarantee you this kid does not want the world to be a better place, and is one of those angry TikTokers who are trans and pushing. I mean, the fact that I'm even talking about a 14-year-old kid is so insane, and I feel like just insane. The parent, shame on that mother. Shame on you. Shame on you. So here they are in the fourth video. How I dress at school. That's how they dress at school. Okay. The little fairy that comes out when I get home. Now dressed like a little girl. You see, this is also a trend on TikTok. This right here. How is that a transgender? How is that a trans man? They're dressing like a punk rocker at school and getting home and dressing up in makeup and hair. What is happening? That is not trans. So why are you going back? If you have gender dysphoria, you don't ever want to look like a girl. Ever. You have no gender dysphoria. Trans is your identity. Why are you taking testosterone to masculinize yourself at 13? I can see that my anger is... Now, this is the last video I want to bring to you because this is going to expose why this is happening. This is literally how I'm going to expose it to you. This is really important.
2022, after years of development, SOC8, the version 8, was finally released on WPATH's website. And there were age limits in the guidelines for the hormone treatments and surgeries. Now, many would argue that they were too low, but there were still at least age limits there. And then all of a sudden, the guidelines disappeared from the website. And a new version came up like the next day that had no age limits whatsoever. And WPATH didn't explain why this was. Well, Discovery revealed at least part of the reason why. It's that Admiral Levine, again, a senior HHS official at the time, began pressuring WPATH to remove all age limits from the guidelines. And then AAP joined the party and saying, we will come out against your guidelines if you don't abolish all the age limits on the surgeries and the hormones. And we have emails of WPATH authors going back and forth saying, well, should we really let US politics govern these international clinical guidelines? We feel bad about caving, but that caving is exactly what they did. As a result of that, there are some verifiable falsehoods in the guidelines that remain, again, on their website today. WPATH claims that they followed the recommendations of the National Academies of Medicine for developing guidelines free from serious conflicts of interest. We showed that that's not true. Dr. Marcy Bowers, who also oversaw the guidelines development, said that in Bowers' view, it was important that every author for the guidelines be an advocate for expansive transgender care in WPATH's view. So again, we have guidelines now that are based on these undisclosed conflicts of interest, which raises serious problems. And I think that's how you get to a position where they can use the terms evidence-based and medically necessary in such a loose manner as to be almost meaningless.
Right there. They lowered the age. Okay, all of those people, they have no, it's not based on evidence based. They don't have evidence. Case, the CAS review, all of it, somehow the Medical Association got connected to this. That crazy, all those crazy transgender adult activists, right? Like Marcy Bowers and the public health trans woman and all of them, that they literally came in with an intention to lower the age standards for WPATH. Remember, WPATH is not medically appointed. It is self-appointed activist, it's an activist organization, but they use this world psychological transgender health, they make it sound all official. No, it is not. It's a self-appointed organization of activists. Don't forget that. They are not and Marcy Bowers is the one who works on Jazz Jennings and is the celebrity trans, and that trans doctor is also a whack-a-mole. So, I'm just gonna keep exposing it. I'm gonna keep exposing it. I do not care what any of you trans people think about me. I don't care about you making videos about me and blah, blah, blah. And who cares? Keep making videos about me. Keep putting my face out there. Keep talking about me. Because I guarantee you, the work that we're, all us transsexual adults who care about these young people, we will be on the right side of history. There is no doubt in my mind. I am telling you, I am so on the warpath against all you people doing this to young people. It is appalling and disgusting. So none of this is trans. All of it is activism. It is indoctrination. And I don't know what the end goal of putting these kids on all these hormones is, because it's all going to come back tenfold on all of you. Okay? So with that, thank you all for supporting the channel. Thank you for helping me make these videos. Thank you for getting this message out there. Thank you for caring about these young people, because together, you and I are going to be on the right side of history.